This is UMAR Ahmed for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. Delighted to be joined by Tunde Ajayi. Been a while.
Dream it, believe it, become it. No time like the present. Good to see you.
And you, my man, and you. Anthony, in a step up here, because Yarde-Amar, obviously, as we know, has been 12 rounds with Gvozdyk, but there's still people criticising him.
Well, it's the nature of life. It's polarity. You know, in order for anything to exist, there has to be a positive and a negative. And I guess some people are always going to have something to say. That's not really our job or our concern. Our concern is to focus on the positive side. We know that this is a challenge for us, which we expect to win by knockout.
Okay. You guys seem to be guys obviously targeting fighters at, world level, world ranked. I'm not saying you're avoiding British fighters, but is that the route you're looking towards?
What does every boxer come into the sport for? To be a British champion? I don't think they do. I think their sole intention is to be the best, to be a world champion. Now, that's not going to happen if after you've fought opponents higher than the British level on your route to becoming a world champion, you go back to the British level. It just doesn't make no sense. And I don't see why some people, again, I'm not going to say everybody, because there's more people that love us than those that hate us, or more people that see a positive outlook on this than there are a negative. Or maybe it's equal. As I say, our job is to focus on the positive side. And I just think that we're in a position now, we fought the guys that are European, just below world level, or have fought for world titles, and those are the guys we're taking on.
Okay, of course, I hear that totally. But from a UK casual fan perspective, because these names aren't known, perhaps you see the frustration from some people?
They're not known in the UK. So it's called world boxing. It's not called UK boxing. It's called world boxing. And I think there has to be that distinction made when we're talking about this from a global point of view, which is the point of view and the perspective myself and Annie are looking at it from. We didn't, and there's no shame in saying your goal is to be a British champion, but I don't have that mindset. Neither is Anthony. You heard him say up there today, the ultimate goal for Anthony Yarde is to be a world champion, unify the belts, and become a pay-per-view star. Now, that may upset a few British fans because you don't know the opponents that he's fighting are not known to the UK. But come on now. Look at the other British fighters. Who are they fighting? Who did you see? If you go and take a look, it's the same thing. But the reason why people are saying it is because Anthony Yarde is the person with the Maxi Muscle deal. He's a person with the Foot Asylum deal. He's a person with a global. So he's the bullseye on the dartboard. And I get it. I get the frustration. But my thing is this. I'm his manager and trainer. So I have to, and friend and brother and the person who, if he ain't got one hand to itch one area, I'm itching it for him. So I'm talking about maybe the glove or his wrist or something. I'm not talking about that, girls. But listen, protect is the wrong word. It's just more of we're on the same level and we both want the same things, and we're not. It's not a kamikaze. It's not going to be a kamikaze. I'm not doing things for anybody else. We're doing things whereby the fans will be excited. The only thing I can say where the fans may not be excited is because they don't get the fights at that particular time against that particular opponent. And that's not always in our power. There are numerous fights what Franks has tried to make. They don't fight us.
Just going back to your comment about others not fighting each other, I will say, obviously, Buglioni fought Burton. Callum Johnson fought for a world title against Buatsi-Johnson. Buatsi's very early on in his career. So do you not think people might say that?
No. And I'll tell you why. When Jose...
They come a bit forward. You're running away.
I'll tell you why. I ain't running nowhere. Don't worry about that. I'm going to be here for a very long time. but let me make a point here. When Hosea Burton was mandated by the board to fight Anthony Yarde, I said no. And the other lot, they made a big thing about it. I was ducking, dodging and everything. No, I made a managerial decision not to take that fight at that time, particular time. Fast forward 12 months, Callum Johnson, in the month of December, was mandated to fight Joshua Buatsi. What happened to that fight?
Good point.
Of course it's a good point. What happened to that fight? No one ain't said nothing about that. Oh, what, you think we weren't watching? You think we don't get the circular? I got the circular. So I'm sitting there thinking, okay, so now here's an opportunity for you to do what you criticize me for not doing. And then, so what do? You say Callum Johnson has a better fight. Are you talking about the same Sean Monaghan that has turned down Anthony Yarde 3 times? Of course you are. So that's your way of swerving out of the mandated fight. But you ain't talking about that. And the general public, the fans, the same way people want to see these fights, don't know this. Because they don't get the circulars talking about Southern area title fights, Midlands fights, British title fights. They don't see it. So they're calling us out, but you've got Hosea Burton in your stable, Callum Johnson in your stable. There's people for your guy to fight Buatsi. So what's this obsession with us? I know what it is.
What is it?
We are the people that are making the most noise without your help. See, you want to be the person that everybody talks about. But, I'm always with Frankie Blue Eyes. I've been with Frankie Blue Eyes from the get-go. And that's how it's going to stay. That's how it's going to stay. Frank's been good to myself and Anthony. Nobody believes in us apart from Frank Warren. So now you want to derail that, and it ain't going to happen. We will fight your guys when we want to fight your guys. You don't tell Tunde Ajayi when the fight is going to happen. It's not going to go like that. Win something. The guy challenge for something. We're stepping up. We're stepping up. Who has Hosea Burton fought? Please, you think you're going to fight guys who's had 5 fights, 10 fights, 5 wins, 5 losses, and then fight Anthony Yarde? It's not going to happen. Or you're going to draw a man from the pub in Latvia, build up your winning record like that, and then fight Anthony Yarde? No. Hold on. Fight. There's a youth that me and I knew when I watched the other day from Birmingham. He won that...
Shakan Pitters.
Fight him. Good. That brother is my friend on Facebook. I like him. Good. Fight him. There's people for you to fight. We're on our journey. You understand? And nobody's going to derail it. We will become what we said we're going to become. But it takes time. Everything is timing. I've said it from the beginning, and I'm not going to stop saying it. Boxing is not a kamikaze job. It can be for some, but not for us. And I just feel that with Anthony's limited experience as an amateur, which I'm never going to stop harping on about, there has to be calculated moves at calculated times. Eddie Hearn is the son of a chartered accountant. Tunde Ajayi is the son of a chartered accountant. So let me just tell you that. Another interesting fact you didn't know.
I thought you was going to say Eddie and son of something else.
No. He's we're polite. We don't use those kind of languages. But his father's an accountant, a businessman, a money man. But my dad's an accountant. And I make decisions as well. And I can't be doing that bad because we're all talking about Anthony Yarde.
We are. Well, if we're going the world route, hopefully he's going to get past Yarde-Amar because that's a tough fight. Winner of Kovalev-Alvarez, when are we looking at that?
We'll see. Because the position with those two at the moment, I think you have Alvarez in the same camp as Beterbiev. So... And then you now have Bivol as a champion. I mean, the belts are very fragmented. And we were number 1 before, remember? And then they put us down to number 2. And just today I heard that we were number one again. But it goes to show I don't really look on these subjective rankings because that's what they are. They're subjective. But we'll look at the fight. I actually wanted to go to the fight, which is February the 2nd. But Ant said it's a bit too close, Unks, you know, so just let's focus on our fight. And the reason why it's the reason why I went to the first fight, because we're there, you understand? We're not saying our next fight is a world title, but we're there. We have to look at this, because if we're not, I said that we're in the middle ground. People said, what's the middle ground? I said, well, you got the British, the European, and the world. Our next opponent was a former European champion, made 4 defenses, then lost against Stiglitz, who's a former world champion. So we're there. We're at the middle ground. So again, I'm not going to say, I'm not going to lie and say that's our next fight. We're going to fight him next. But let me tell you something. They can smell us. Lions in the camp. You know when a lion's close in the vicinity, you feel it. Yeah, he's there. And we're in the vicinity of that world title shot, and who knows?
Tunde, just lastly, obviously we know Gvozdyk couldn't knock out Yarde-Amar. If Anthony Yarde knocks out Yarde-Amar, what does that say?
There's no if. I never put in my mind points, because I've been in the barbershop when boxing is playing on the TV in the barbershop. And the people don't want to see points. They don't even see KOs. The reason what made Mike Tyson so exciting is because it was the KO. It was just when it was going to happen, as Anthony said. And my mindset is knockout. As a trainer, I do not tell any fighter I've ever trained, don't look for the knockout. And it comes. I tell them, go and look for the knockout. You have to look.
So if you're fighting Kovalev or Batav, same advice?
It's 2 arms, 2 legs. It's a KO. That's what I have to have that mindset. Anthony's got it anyway. I don't need to tell Anthony that, but me, I'm like vocal. You see, he's messing about again. Look, turn the camera.
Get him away. You see this guy here? On the way here, I'm telling the public. On the way here, yeah, this guy sending me. I'm gonna play the voice note. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play the voice note to everybody. This guy sent me a voice note. I said to him, bruv, when I see you, me and you're gonna swing. Go. Me and him, mate, since we've been here, we ain't spoken. Not a word.
It's the first time.
First time. In a minute, if you look outside, you're gonna see him in a headlock. I got to see my phone's not unlocking, so that's for a reason.
That's for a reason.
You don't even see it. It's private between me and Uncle. Listen, this is nephew uncle situation. You see, if you see me with a black eye, I did it.
Right. Let me take over, because let me close this interview. Lions in the camp. Dream it, believe it, become it. Everything is timing. Turn up sharp, blow up. We don't get weak, we get deep. February the 23rd, AY and the TA show. Thank you, IFL TV. This is Tunde Ajayi signing off.